Hello everyone, and welcome to your second reading of today. It is a Sunday afternoon. I am sticking with the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, and there is the side of the box so you can see who designed the deck. Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, because we are looking at mysteries, strange and mysterious things that are going on in the hardcore world and going on also in Tom Bower's book. And one of the biggest mysteries so far is this mystery of the shawl. The shawl. And Tom Bower writes about that photo where Archie is wrapped in a shawl. The alleged baby Archie and the royals and Doria are peering at him. Tom Bower writes, the photo released by the palace. This is after CBS didn't get their big moment, which they were angling to get, the big reveal. The photo released by the palace showed the Queen, Prince Philip, Doria and the Sussexes staring at a shawl. Neither CBS nor the single photographer present were allowed to record Archie's face. So that's got everybody in it. People speculating. This is code for there was no baby, there was a doll, there was a plastic baby, or maybe Archie by then was, 6 months old and couldn't possibly be that size. So all a big hoax to hide something even bigger, the alleged surrogacy. And because I've used that word, let's just remind you this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes or just my opinion. And there is a disclaimer in the box below, and we are speculating. We are speculating as to the meaning of that very cryptic sentence, staring at a shawl. I want to know, I'm using the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, I want to know whether there was really a baby there. Why was nobody allowed to take a photo of Archie's face? What was going on? Was there a baby there or not? Was that whole thing photoshopped? A lot of people say it was photoshopped. It all looked a bit strange. The Queen's not even looking at the baby. She's wearing her gardening clothes. She really looks pretty dressed down for her. Proportions look a bit off. In the whole thing, it all just looks a bit weird. There was so much that was strange. Whoops, okay, we're ready. And what does Tom Bower know, if anything, about the surrogacy? I know a lot of people are disappointed that he hasn't gone there in the book, but obviously he hasn't gone there because he doesn't have sources to back it up. And it sounds as if there is a super injunction. This is my speculation, my personal opinion. In the UK, that's stopping everybody from talking about it. Of course, there are massive privacy issues to do with the child himself. So very difficult for him to go there unless, for instance, somebody like a surrogate decides to break their NDA, and then there's still trouble. So people who blithely say, oh, well, why hasn't he done it? Huge illegal repercussions if he goes there, huge. So I want to know what he knows, if anything, and will he ever reveal anything about this? And funny enough, we get the Knight of Wands come out in reverse, which is the same card that came out in reverse as the underlying energy of the previous reading that I did. Knight of Wands is action, it is excitement, it's enthusiasm, it's press, it's PR, it's news, it's being engaged and pulling everyone along behind you. But when it's reversed, it is blocked. Something that is blocked here. Second time I've got it in connection with this book. He's been blocked from saying something he wants to say. I'm very sure of that. Very, very sure. It's often my Prince Harry card as well, the Knight of Wands. A Knight of Wands in reverse, very angry prince, hot-headed prince, petulant prince, red-headed prince. That's very much a Prince Harry card. Prince Harry in reverse, Prince Harry angry about something, Prince Harry not cooperating, Prince Harry not wanting to play nice with the press. And so that's a secondary meaning. But we're talking really about Tom Bower and what's going on with him in the book, and what is he insinuating with that very odd wording, staring at a shawl. So let's just see situation, the heart of the matter, what is going on. And we get the lovers, old Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan, there they are. And the lovers in a very dark tarot like this, there are lovers that are sitting under the moon. You get the idea that the lovers are up to no good. clandestine, doing stuff under the shadow of the moon, under cover of the moon, that may not necessarily be very clear and very obvious, and that sows suspicion around these two and what they're up to and the choices that they're making, because the Lovers, of course, is not only just the happy couple, the new parents, allegedly, but also choices that people have made, very big choices. And because this is a dark tarot deck, the Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck of mystery, the Lovers and the choices that they have made are shadowy ones that make everybody wonder what on earth is going on, and we are no clearer about it despite this book having come out. So let's see, was there really a baby under that shawl? What was going on? Why no picture allowed of Archie? What was going on? And we had the Queen of Swords in reverse. And the Queen of Swords is a very tricky and difficult card. Very. It is a silence, first of all. The sword, or swords when they are in the reverse, it means silence, something, but rather cruel, rather vindictive, rather savage, rather vicious. And it could be simply a Meghan's fury at the press, Meghan's refusal to play nice. We've already had this idea that Harry is very angry at the press at this moment, and now I'm getting with the Queen of Swords in reverse the idea that Meghan herself is very angry and not wanting to reveal the child that she obviously wanted to make a lot of money out. She wanted to merch, she wanted to sell the photos, she wasn't going to cooperate, she was not going to let the press have their moment, she wasn't going to have his face splashed across the front of the British newspapers, because she hates the British public, she hates the royal family, and she'd made her deals behind the scenes, of course, with Gayle King and CBS. So it's not answering me the mystery of whether there was a baby there or not. It's telling me why no face allowed to be shown. It's literally her rage, her vindictiveness, her desire for revenge, as Tom Bower would claim, and cutting and blocking and being cruel and vicious to anybody who may have good intentions and may actually just want to see the child, because here comes the first biracial child born into the royal family. Everybody interested, everybody pleased, everybody excited, everybody thinking that this is a whole new chapter in the history of the royal family. You know, you're not getting it, not at all. She stopped it. So it's Meghan's energy that's stopping it. Was that whole thing photoshopped, or was it a genuine photo? Is there anything sneaky about it? Anything until the whole thing is sneaky? We're talking about the moon, and this often happens in these readings that I do. I talk about something and then the card shows up. Universe obviously has its way of revealing things. And this is the moon card. This is the card of dirty tricks, sneakiness, shadowy goings on, things that make people suspicious. There was something off about that photo, not authentic, not genuine, not 100%. There was something fishy going on, something dodgy, whether it was that there was just a doll wrapped in a shawl, or the various characters were cut and pasted from other photos and plonked in there and made it all look like it was happy families gazing at the babe. Not so. Very clear. This reading is very clear that there's something dodgy going on with that photo. Apologies for Tess barking in the background. And let us see next question. Tom Bower, and what does Tom Bower know, if anything, about this whole surrogacy rumour? Does he know stuff that he wasn't able to print? Chariot. Chariot is a movement forward card. It's a Cancerian card. It is very dynamic. It's very go and get what you want. The Chariot. It's ambitious. It's political. It's political ambition. It is motivated. It's driven. So something here that he wanted to get hold of. I would say, with the Chariot. Something that he wanted, he was after, he was almost, I want to say, hell-bent on getting information on with the Chariot. I suspect that he tried really, 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 really hard to get people to talk, to get people to open up. He might have traveled far and wide with that Chariot card, going to see people, going to speak to people, trying to convince them, because usually it is playing opposites. Normally, when you see the Chariot card in the traditional Rider-Waite, there is a black horse or whatever is pulling the chariot and a white one. It's opposites, and it's that tension of opposites that manage to get you going forward. You control them. Something he wanted. We've got this frustration here as the underlying energy of this reading. His own personal frustration more than Prince Harry, although Prince Harry came through in this kind. I think he was thwarted in whatever he was after, trying to find out. Cancerian is interesting because it's a William energy, which has come through. Interestingly, there was that very curious message that was put up on the Kensington Palace. I think it was their Instagram, or was it their Twitter? I can't remember. Saying Meghan Markle has been, a baby was born with a surrogate and blah blah, and then it was quickly taken down. Very odd message that popped up, very strange in the middle of the night, and then it was taken down. So mystery. I think there's an unanswered mystery here. Is he ever going to say anything? Is he ever going to reveal anything? Is it going to be a part 2? We get the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't think so. I don't think so with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, because the Two of Pentacles is it's a decision. 2 is always about a decision. But the decision is overwhelming when the card is in the reverse, and you just actually can't do the thing that you want to do. Your effort, your energy, your focus is in the wrong place. Everything's out of balance. Everything's out of whack. You can't really justify the decision that you want to make when the card is in the reverse. I think he'd love to with this Chariot thing. I think he was ambitious for this. This was the thing that he wanted. But outcome, Two of Pentacles in reverse, it's too damaging. It would be too dangerous. It would cost him. Pentacles in reverse is loss of money. It would cost him. It would destabilize the situation that I don't think that he can risk. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be the one that is going to drop the news that, by the way, I don't think so. I don't think so. This is interesting to me, how these two figures match, which is why I suddenly went a bit quiet as I was looking at it. This woman in the Chariot is the same as the Queen of Swords in reverse. Her ambition, her power, her resources, I think, thwarted him in this little game, in this chase to get this news. And he's not going to be able to deliver those pentacles on that tray. We were all hoping that he would walk out of that door and say, here, ta-da, this is the big juicy story, but he is not going to. So there it is. She's won this round. She is very powerful. She's very, very powerful. And my personal opinion has called on some very powerful and very dark energy to get herself to where she has got. That is my personal opinion. And that is the reading. Thank you for watching. We all go and stare at the shawl a bit more and wonder what is underneath that shawl. And I will hopefully see you again tomorrow.